Okay, first, if you could introduce yourself and tell me the organization that you represent here in Cancun.
I'm Stewart Magginis. I'm the Director of Environment and Development for the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN.
Okay, and what is the work you're doing specifically in relation to wetlands, forest and coastal ecosystems?
Well, we see that forests, wetlands, coastal ecosystems have a lot of potential to provide some immediate solutions to both mitigate for and help people adapt to climate change.
Right, and it seems to be the case that the technology is there, the will is there. We know what it is that should be being done, but it's not being done. Why is that? What needs to be done?
Well, I think what we're talking about is actually trying to get transformative change into what have been quite intractable problems with land use and land use decision making and land use practices. So it's maybe not just as simple as some people think of providing some money to stop people cutting down trees, but there is 30 years of experience on how natural resources can be used in a sustainable, sensible way to benefit people and to provide broader benefits such as climate mitigation and poverty reduction and other major societal challenges.
Right. And are you talking across the board or specifically developing countries, or do we face similar problems in the developed world as well?
No, I think certainly from an adaptation perspective, natural resources are important right across the board. In fact, we can see actually the impacts of Hurricane Katrina were worse in parts of New Orleans because there were degraded ecosystems which didn't actually reduce the impacts of the storm as it came on land.
Right. And what is it you'd specifically like to see achieved here in Cancun and beyond in the run-up to Durban next year?
Well, I think ultimately what we do want to see and what the world needs urgently is a comprehensive and fair, legally binding agreement. But it's maybe a bit too ambitious just yet. I think what we could reasonably expect to see, though, are some very concrete, tangible, confidence-building measures that would actually show that the UNFCCC is delivering the goods and actually give us a sense of success that we could build on as we move into Durban.
Even if agreement is not reached here, or not as much agreement is reached as we would like, I mean, is work still being done on the ground? There are still projects in place? I mean, all hope is not lost, I assume.
Absolutely. If you take, for example, the whole initiative to reduce emissions from deforestation and degradation, there's over 40 countries at the minute that are putting in place national plans to set about safeguarding forests and restoring forests. You've also got 4.5 billion pledged from donors to support that work. Down at the community level, you're getting communities investing in strengthening and restoring natural systems so that to protect themselves against impacts of rising sea levels and the likes. So yeah, things are being done, and I think what we'd like to see is that energy at the local level being reflected up at the international level.
And are you confident it will be?
Yes, I am quietly confident. I think if I wasn't an optimist, I wouldn't be here. It is. I mean, I think it is this is a difficult challenge that we're facing. Many of the decisions we take will influence economic development trajectories, and we've got to make sure that those decisions that are being taken help countries move their populations out of poverty, as well as avoid dangerous climate change.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.